Hello, Nigerians. This is your boy, aka 96, Homo sapien Ademola Abiodun Kasim. This is a very wonderful and unique opportunity to reflect once again on the situation of political activities unfolding itself currently in our dear great country, Nigeria. I want to use this wonderful opportunity to once again invite Nigerians to let us educate ourselves on the topic I called Understanding the Meaning of Sowore and Vote In as Nigerian President comes 2019 election in a couple of weeks from now. To be precise, February 16, 2019. To me, OMOYELE Sowore is not just contesting. His participation has been greatly ordained and designed by power superior to man. When we look at it critically, Providence has a very great influence and interference in Sowore's life. Long before now, Sowore has been leader. As they say, a leader is born. Sometimes leaders are not made. Leadership has to do with a lot with inherent qualities. So let us just do a little bit background research on OMOYELE Sowore. He was born in a poor family, or for decency, let me say he was born in an humble family. He has a polygamous experience because his father married a couple of wives. But at tender age of 9, OMOYELE has assumed leadership role in his extended family, in the sense that he combined sourcing for the family and his education together simultaneously, and he did excellently well in all the assigned role. He fished for the family as early as possible before he later departs to school. He was the one fishing the entire fish, sustaining the whole family. Can't we see the hand of nature? When he proceeded to University of Lagos for his tertiary education, as early as possible enough as it is being predesigned by nature, he became the Student Union Government President, SUG President of Lagos, of University of Lagos, UNILAG. And during his tenure that spanned between 1992 and 1994, he did extremely well. He fought the oppressors in the name of lecturers who were intimidating students, in the name of management who are implementing poor policies that do not support the development and sustainable development within the campus environment. He later fought tenaciously the military junta during the restoration of June 12 election. We saw him behind Abiola. He supported the truth. So he has been in leadership position for a very long time as a result of nature, providence, divine intervention of God. And now, let me quickly go back to the main topic, which is on understanding the meaning of Sowore and vote in for president. Sowore is spelled as letter S-O-W-O-R-E. Sowore. To me, the C means solution. The O means opportunity. The W means wealth. The next O means originality. Originality in the sense that in terms of his dignity, in terms of his experience, in terms of his dedication and commitment to whatever cause he has chosen in his life. R means regeneration, resuscitation, while the A means elevation. Can't we see? Even the name speaks for itself. Sowore has presented the problem of Nigeria. He has profiled and designed adequate, proper, efficient, and effective solutions to tackle this problem. What else do we need to be convinced that this is an angel in our midst? He critically highlighted all Nigerians' problems, ranging from social, economic, and political problems, including environmental problems. He highlighted them, he enumerated them, he explained them, and he profiled adequate solutions. And these solutions are provable solutions. We could all see from all indicators and parameters that the solution he has profiled for Nigerian problem, they are effective and they are very efficient. They will yield definitely a positive result. What do we need to be convinced of? Oh, which means opportunity. OMOYELE Sowore has spotted all the untapped areas that could generate tremendous opportunity for our teeming youth. Opportunities that will increase our both internal revenue and foreign revenues. What else do we need? It provided opportunities for educational development, for agricultural development, for infrastructural development, for agriculture. It pinpoints unique areas in all these sectors where Nigerians government can generate a lot of wealth without depending fully on the oil, which is our major sustenance of economy at present. In providing solution and opportunity, the letter W, which is wealth, has already defined itself. He has promised us that he is capable and competent and committed to increase Nigeria's wealth, not to siphon the existing wealth or to misuse it for little projects which has no influence and values in the life of masses. So what Sowore represents wealth. Sowore represents originality. We can see him, this is a man who has single-handedly built an international repute media. I'm talking of Sahara Reporters. He built it from scratch. It's original in nature. Its originality is uncontestable. It's approachable. It's humble. It's very, very understanding. That is leadership. Regeneration. That is what the letter R in Sowore represents. R represents resuscitation. This is a guy whom God is ready to use to bring back the glory of Nigeria, to regenerate our dying economy, to regenerate our dying security, to resuscitate our weakness, to make us a proud of the nation, to make us a proud of the world. He has all it takes to do all this. God wants to use OMOYELE Sowore to regenerate and to resuscitate Nigeria. Our image is dying globally in the international community just because of the prevalence and unprecedented poverty which is currently existing in Nigeria and which has qualified us to be the poverty world capital or world capital of poverty. We need this man now more than ever. We need him now to resuscitate Nigeria, to reawaken Nigeria, to bring life back to Nigeria. The A in the name Sowore represents elevation, elegance, eloquent, environmental conscious. God can use Sowore to elevate Nigeria. He has all it takes. God has embedded all the right qualities and attributes of a leader in him. God is ready to use him as the Moses of our time to deliver us from our current Egypt. Nigerians are like Israelites living in Egypt as slaves. Nigerians are living as slaves in their own country. They are living as slaves outside Nigeria. We need someone to take us to our promised land. We need somebody who could deliver us from this bondage of oppression. We need someone who could deliver us from the captivity and from the stronghold jaws of our octogenarian leaders, who I believe they are suffering from post-colonial slaves syndrome. Post-colonial slaves syndrome. Because most of our current leaders and the set of cabals ruling Nigeria, because from all indicators, they are not governing, they are not leading, they are ruling, because it is only a ruler that doesn't care of the subject, that dictates his own way, that do not respect the opinion of the masses. Is only a ruler that does not ready to present what mission, vision he has for the followers. The octogenarian rulers, they are directly a product of direct slavery. They still have the mentality of slave in them. As Marcus Garvey rightly said, people can free us from slavery, but we are the one that can free our minds. As late legend Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Though Nigeria has gained our independence for almost 60 years now, but Nigeria is yet to be free because the people who rule us, they are still thinking like a slave master. A slave master believes he owns everything. He believes he owns his slave, no apology. He believes his slaves are weapons, instruments, or materials for him to be used to increase his own selfish wealth and to achieve his own personal and obnoxious agendas. So our leaders, current leaders to be precise, because they are a product of slaves, they are still thinking like a slave master. Even the Bible make clear of these statements. The Bible says, behold, woe behold a nation whom its leader is a son of a slave. Bible emphasizes calamity, doom on any nation that is being ruled by a product of a slave. So we need OMOYELE Sowore to take us to our promised land. Now, I believe by now everybody is cleared with the meaning of Sowore. Sowore means solution, opportunity, wealth, originality, regeneration, elevation. So this guy is an angel being sent by God. The Bible also made it clear to us that out of the foolishness things of life, God manifests himself. God manifests his glory out of ordinary things of life sometimes. So I believe this is God in the making. This is God directly speaking to Nigeria. We should wake up. The youth, the women, the masses, they should be ready to take their country back. They should be ready to set themselves free. Because God can send someone to free you if you are willing to be unfree. There's nothing God could do. And that is the reason the first generation of Israelites who left Egypt could not get to the promised land. That is the reason God allowed them to wander for 40 years in the wilderness. Though they have been set free, they have been free from bondage of slavery in Egypt, but the mentality of slave is still in them. Despite all the miracles, all the wonders God manifested, God showed to them to prove himself with them, to prove himself for them. They never still believe God. They still doubt. That is why they still commit a lot of atrocities after they have been set free. That is why God waited for them to have another generation. God was waiting for the next generation in them, the next generation in their growing. And as soon as those generations emerged, God killed all of them. The generation of the Israelites that got to the promised land are those ones that were born in the wilderness. They have no experience of slavery. They were born free. Their mind was never in captivity. So in a nutshell, our current leaders, their minds is still in captivity. Their mind is still enslaved. They are still acting based on the principle and doctrine of slavery. So they cannot take us to promised land. We need a freeborn, someone who grew from ordinary to extraordinary by God's divine intervention. We need Sowore. However, I will not stop from analysis of Sowore alone. Let us look at his other name, OMOYELE. OMOYELE is a name that is being designed and critically arranged by God. We can see the hand of God in this name. I call OMOYELE Overcomers Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Leadership, and Entrepreneurship. I believe you all get this. OMOYELE, O means overcomers, M mean ministry, O mean of, Y represents youth, E represents empowerment, L represents leadership, and E represents entrepreneurship. Overcomers Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Leadership, and Entrepreneurship. Sowore is an overcomer. The O in OMOYELE means overcomer. The M means a ministry. This is a ministry that God erected through him. Take it back movement. Look at the name itself. Take back what belongs to you. Take back your natural inheritance from God. Take it back from the Egyptians, who are our leaders. The youth in particular, the why speak for you, for youth empowerment. Because of poverty, because of the extreme hardship and poverty, our youths have lost conscience. They've become monsters. Let us examine the crazy things currently happening. Boys using their girlfriend for money rituals. Girls using their girlfriends' panties and underwears for money rituals. This is insane. This is the product of poverty. This is what poverty breeds. Poverty breeds insanity. Poverty makes alive the beast in you. Poverty resurrects the animality in your nature. So our youth need to wake up. Boys, girls, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, you all need to wake up. Please think of the posterity, think of the next generation. We cannot continue like this. We need a ministry that is an overcomer in nature. We need a ministry that empowers youth. We need a ministry that creates leaders. They said a true leader, according to Miles Monroe of blessed memory, true leaders produce leaders and they become agents of change. True leaders do not fantasize or manipulate the cheapest emotions of the followers. Good leaders Do not take undue advantage of the followers. Good leaders never enslave the minds of their followers. So what we have in Nigeria now is not leadership. What we are practicing is not democracy. It is complete kakistocracy. For simple understanding, kakistocracy means government by the bad citizen. Let us look into our Senate. Let's look at the behaviors and characteristics of our governors, our ministers, our parastatals. So the degree of the solidness of leadership in Nigeria is very high. Therefore, I boldly say that the entropy of Nigerian leadership is very high, and we need to correct this. We need to change the status quo. We need to go back to drawing board and redesign and retrace our steps. Nigeria used to be one of the greatest countries in the world. We can still take back our glory. So please vote OMOYELE Sowore, vote agent of change, vote transformation, vote for empowerment, vote for quality and authentic leadership, vote for emancipation from slavery, vote for elevation, vote for regeneration, vote for resuscitation, vote for solution, vote for opportunity, vote for wealth, vote for competency, vote for talent, vote for security guarantee, vote for freedom and liberty forever. Vote OMOYELE Sowore. Let us forget tribalism, nepotism, religious bias and sentiments. Let us put all those vices aside now. Let us concentrate on our future. Let us drop all the form of apathies that exist among various ethnic groups. Let us stop sympathizing our past. Let us forget the past now. The past has gone. Let us forget the news, the old sage that has been sold to our subconscious mind. Let us think of our present. Let us think of how to rescue Nigeria. That should be paramount now. Not ethnicity, not religious, not tribe, not ethnic group, not affiliation. Our mission is to rescue Nigeria. Nigeria is dying. Nigeria is almost gone. So with the little life in Nigeria, we can resurrect Nigeria together. We can give life back to Nigeria, and we can collectively be proud as Nigerians. God bless Nigeria, God bless Nigerians, and God bless the world. Peace.